Okay guys, so I'm going to cover some price targets for Bitcoin. In yesterday's video I showed you where a potential point to watch to find support. By the way, if you stay tuned near the end of this video, I do have a message for Carl. I'm looking out for the guy. I like his channel, I like his TA, so do check that out at the end of this video. But before we get into that, let me cover a few things. So this was yesterday's video I put out. This was January 20th, and I was telling you to pay attention to 31,662. If you want to watch this video, I'll put a link up to it now. So again, 31,662. You can see here, this is what I was talking about. This would be your next support level. It needs to hold. If we go below this, we could go much lower. So, and I'm going to show you a couple of the charts. Now, what I do is I use multiple charts to give me, if I see confluence around the same support, that's likely a point that I might buy in to write it up. So according to this chart, your next resistance above is going to be right here at 34,212. If we cannot get above that, guys, it is very possible we're going to come much lower. Your next support to watch is going to be around 30, let's just say around 30,000, like 30,293. And then we do have support levels below to pay attention to, potentially right here at 27,347. If we do drop lower, we're breaking out of a larger structure. So I would like to point out, let's see, so this is another chart here, and again, this is what I show you guys. When you have multiple charts showing support, that is a likely point I buy. So, when you find support on multiple points, I buy here, set my stop loss 1% above, and see how high it'll go. So you can see right here, this is also support on this chart. The current resistance right now, this blue ring, is going to be 33,483. If we drop, you do have support right down here at 30,122. So if we do drop, you have two charts in confluence showing, look, 30,293, and then you have 30,122. So you could get a quick bounce from this point. This is another chart in confluence, guys. This is the chart I talked about. Look, if we're probably playing ping pong, going back and forth, you can see that it was support, resistance, support, resistance, and then notice we came down here, got a perfect support right here and pushed back up. So, again, this is three charts showing this was support. And again, guys, let me show you here. So if we do push up, your next resistance above to watch is going to be around 32,400 to potentially 32,711. Obviously, we could push, if we do push up higher, your next major resistance, well, you can have resistance to this red ring. Let me move this out of the way. So your next resistance, notice if you watch yesterday's video, I was talking about if we can't make it above this point, then we're potentially coming down. And we could not make it above this red ring. This is what I was talking about. We just been riding up this red ring as support. Then it flipped support as resistance. We came down, we found support. So your next resistance above is going to be 35,544. And then your resistance above around 37,832, and then the very top point, again, if we broke above this, I think we break to the upside. This is around 40,000. So do pay attention to this chart. This right here, so yesterday I was talking about Bitcoin dominance. You can see that, look, when Bitcoin dominance is pushing up, that's bullish. When Bitcoin dominance is coming down, that's bearish. You can see Bitcoin dominance did break below this point, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. It came down, and then the price of Bitcoin came down as well. Also, it's very interesting. Now, this is another chart showing confluence. All these charts I showed you, this was a support. This here was support. This here was support. And on top of that, look at this. These rings are amazing. This is the same fib circle, guys, right here. Notice, right, the same fib circle? We pushed up. This was where we topped out. I mentioned multiple charts that showed we were topped out. We came down, we found support here, support right here, and look where we found support again. So that's why I say when you have multiple charts showing you potential points, I mean, you have like, what, 4 or 5 charts here showing this is support. So it's very possible we could push up a bit. It's also possible we could drop. We do have some gaps below that potentially could get filled. This is, again, like I said in yesterday's video, between 26,555 and 23,815. And then you do have a substantial gap down here between 19,000 to 17,000. This is that chart of reference. This is another chart showing that we had topped out. I'm just kind of showing you charts, if you do have access to these charts, which charts to pay attention to. Again, if you do want to access these charts, you can visit my website. It's opticalartcrypto.com. I have Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metal stocks, and tutorials. For $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoin, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and you can follow me on Twitter. And you can see here, this is where I was making posts. I said, look, guys, I have multiple charts showing that this is support right here, 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 and here. So I said, look, this might be a point to buy in. And then I said, we got to bounce. And I was showing, look, we pushed up, pushed up, pushed up. So again, guys, that's what I do. I go through and I try to help you. You know, when I see something, I make a tweet as soon as possible. And then I made a reference about this the CME chart, which also showed support. So again, I keep everybody updated on Twitter regularly, but again, to access my Twitter's private. To follow me on Twitter, you do need to subscribe to my charts. So if you want to check that out, the link for this will be pinned in the first comment in the description. So this here is Carl the Moon's video from today. Let me play a little clip of this for you.
And some people, they love the Lord of the Rings, but some people, they simply just want to watch my bybit tutorial. You can do the same. You can just click it right there, right now,
and I'm not sure if he was referencing the new TV show that hasn't been released yet, or if he's giving a shout out to me. If he was, thank you, Carl. That's awesome. I appreciate that. And I thought I'd return the favor. I want to make sure that your channel is protected and you're not violating any terms and conditions. So I decided to take it upon myself just to look out for you. And I contacted, well, before we go into that, if you go to Bybit, I know that you're promoting Bybit, which is fine. A lot of people use it. This is a pretty long read. I will have the link for this in the description of this video. But you'll note right here, I'll read this for you. If you do not accept the terms of service outlined in this agreement or any changes thereto, do not access this site and do not use this service. Prohibition of use. You represent and warrant that you have not been included in any trade embargoes, economic sanctions lists such as United Nations Security Council sanctions list, the list of specially designated nationals maintained by OFAC, the Office of Foreign Assets Control of the U.S. Department of Treasury, or the denied persons or entity list of the U.S. Department of Commerce. You represent and warrant that you are not located in or are not resident of any jurisdiction where the services offered by Bybit are restricted. For the avoidance of doubt, the prohibition of use shall cover a jurisdiction where it would be illegal according to any applicable law by reason of your nationality, domicile, citizenship, residence, or otherwise to access or use service of or the website, where the publication or availability of the service of the website is prohibited by country to local law or regulation, or could subject Bybit or any member of this group to any local registration or licensing requirements. So right here on Bybit, it's clearly saying, look, if you're located in the U.S. accessing Bybit, you're in violation of the terms and service. And if you read through this and they find out you are, they can close your account and basically keep everything that you have on their exchange, which would suck. So again, I decided to take it upon myself to do a little further research. So I contacted Google support. Carl, I'm looking out for you, man. So I wanted to make sure that you were protected, so I wanted to ask them about this. And I had a little case number here. And this is what I asked them. I said, there's a particular Bitcoin YouTuber analyst showing people in the U.S. how to access Bybit trading platform in another country legally using VPN. Carl has an affiliate link for VPN. He shows people how to access Bybit, bypassing, you're not supposed to access Bybit in the U.S., so he shows how to use VPN to get around that. The United States has cracked down on regulations involving crypto derivative exchanges, and because of this, as stated in Bybit's terms of service, users located in the U.S. are banned from accessing and using their exchange. This individual is showing people how to get around this using VPN, which is allowing users to get access in direct violation of Bybit's terms of service, while also breaking laws here in the U.S. This individual also does not show anywhere in his actual video a disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Carl, you need to have that on your video. I know it's in your description, but I think it'd be safe to put it in your actual video, which I think is very misleading and dangerous, as he is showing and teaching those in the U.S. how to trade with leverage on exchanges they should not be trading on in the first place. I plan on reaching out to this individual, that's what I'm doing now, to kindly ask him to remove any reference to VPN and or add a disclaimer that is strictly prohibited to access Bybit if you're located in the U.S. If he does not make these changes, would you agree that he is in violation of YouTube's terms of service? If he is, please do not take any action. Again, I'm looking out for you, Carl, as I'm hoping he will make those changes once contacted. And then I put the tutorial link for his Bybit. I know he has some other tutorials as well. And I showed this video today where he was talking about using VPN to get access in the U.S. And they said, thank you for sharing. So again, I plan on reaching out to this individual, Carl. So I understand how concerning this could be since this practice is somehow prohibited in the country. I'll be more happy to check this further for you. And he was verifying my emails. Thank you for confirming. And he took a little bit of time to get back to me. And said, we take issues related to safety and abuse on YouTube very seriously. Well, I'm hoping and this is what I said, well, I'm hoping he will make those changes and no action will be required. He said, I totally agree that sometimes we find content that's not appropriate for all viewers. We appreciate you bringing this to our attention. Yeah, no problem. And I did mention this is his livelihood, so I figure he deserves a chance to do the right thing. And then if he doesn't, if I should contact, them, because I want to make sure that Carl, does what he needs to do to protect his account. And it says you may refer to this article more on this topic, and he sent me some articles to read. And I just want to show you, so this is one article here. Now, while it is, kind of a gray area, it says, this is links to online gambling. Obviously, they don't have something specific to exchanges. It says, we only allow links to online gambling. Guys, if you're on Bybit and using leverage, that's pretty much gambling. We only allow links to online gambling sites that have gone through checks to make sure they meet local and legal requirements. Well, if you're in the U.S. and you're accessing Bybit using VPN, you're in violation of Bybit's terms of service, which in turn would make you in violation of YouTube's terms of service. So again, it's probably a gray area, but just thought, I'm looking out for Carl. I want to make sure he's not, he's not going to get in trouble here. It says if you want to link to online gambling sites, you'll need to make sure the domain is certified by Google Ads, blah, blah, blah. And if you find this content violates the policy, please report it. I hope no one does. I hate to see something happen to Carl's channel. So again, Carl, all I'm saying is, protect yourself. Maybe something you should do is, remove your Bybit tutorial, edit it, and then re-upload it. Take out the part, where you can use VPN to get access. You're located in the U.S. and add, if you want to, maybe add something that says, look, if you're located in the U.S., you're prohibited from accessing Bybit's exchange. Just to let them know that, if something does happen, like they crack down on Bybit, like they did with BitMEX, they could lose everything. So again, Carl, just looking out for you. Play it safe. I'd hate to see something to happen to your channel. And again, thank you for the shout out. But anyways, good luck to you, Carl.